Jason Hess from BackCreekDaddy Productions, and this is our July segment of interviews. This month's special guest is Jason Hess. Come on in here, Jace. Say hello to the audience.
Hello, thanks. Good to be here.
Good to have you. Jason has been in all our films in one way or another. He's from the beginning, from 10 years back. 4 films he actually acted in. One film he did a type, what was that, like a voiceover for an interview, reporter.
For a news broadcast.
And he's also wrote and produced a mini movie for BackCreekDaddy Productions. Tell us a little about that there, Jace.
Well, the micro movie called The Black Saga was pretty much for people who don't have the benefit of all the role-playing that explains the whole backstory of Jack Black. And so the video, it's only like 7 minutes. It just gets everyone caught up to date so that when you see that first movie, Crossover Alliance, you know exactly who he is and what type of problems Drac has been causing all the years leading up to that movie.
And it also explains to you why he's caused so much trouble.
Well, yeah, it shows the transformation and the various things.
We're going to show you a few stills from some of the films that Jason's been in. His main character he has played has been Leonard McBee. McBee is a ruthless killer. He'll do anything, no conscience. Let's take a look at a few clips here. How about it, Jason? Let's take a look.
All right.
Professor Stokes. You took Wally my mission. Come with me. What do you want?
After is the acid. If I have to beat it out of you, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Okay, now we're back from that. Can you tell us a little bit about the character Leonard McBee?
Leonard McBee is a murderous hitman type guy. He was part of the Wolf Gang, and basically he was just a hitman. He would go and just kill people, and he enjoys that probably more than anything in life, just shooting adults and children.
And this ruthless character, we've continued to bring him about in several of the movies. And you're currently reprising that role in our newest film, Retribution.
Yep.
And there's a very interesting thing here. You know, Jace plays this character, and he's reprised this character several times for the movies. But his private life, he's nothing like that. He's quiet on a complete opposite road. In fact, he recently became a Third Order Franciscan. Could you explain to the audience what that is?
Well, the Third Order part is when people think of Franciscans or various things like that, they think of bald monks that are in monasteries and faraway places and all that. But Third Order is men and women who don't live in a monastery and who can be married and can have jobs on the outside and various things like that, whereas a First Order is a celibate man and a Second Order is a celibate woman, which is a nun. And so that's the breakdown of those things. And a Franciscan is basically someone who sees St. Francis of Assisi as an extra biblical person to pattern their life after, proving that you can be like Jesus and, you know, look to people outside of the Bible.
What led you in this direction to the Franciscan role?
I guess the monastic things like monks and all that has always been kind of interesting, and then you think of Jedis and stuff like that. But I guess just, you know, the discipline that's associated with a monk and the various things, and then in Franciscans in particular, there's a lot of social issues they care about, the poor and various things like that, and it just seemed like a perfect thing, you know, because I didn't really know I could do something like that, being married and having a job and having children and all that, and then you know, finding out that it was possible, you know, it was one of those where it was like, okay, I need to explore it and look into it and pursue it and see what happens.
And in earlier years, you were also a youth pastor.
Yeah. Was youth pastor in North Carolina, Arizona, and then most recently in Virginia. And we're currently exploring the possibility of starting a church, but we're not sure where that would be.
That's real interesting there. So, about how young were you when you first got called or found your way to the Lord?
I guess October '97 is when the journey began, and I guess it was probably within like 6 months of that or whatever, I knew that I wanted to go into ministry. So, pretty much from the beginning.
So you've been a youth pastor, now you're a third order Franciscan, and eventually you would like to have your own church.
Yeah, we're exploring the option now to see if that's something that can come to fruition and happen.
That's cool. This big, complete difference from his private life to what he can act out on screen, which you have seen, and some of you have seen the past movies. It's an awesome job. But then in his private life, he also has an awesome job. So,
well, I have some pictures of me at my Franciscan robe if you want to show the audience.
well, we'll do that. We'll take a look at some of these, and these in his robe and such. This is his private life. Compare that to the pictures you just seen of his acting ability, which is another example of people with local talent who you would never suspect had talents in other areas or that are completely the opposite of their private life, you know, like acting. And to be able to do that, that's a big thing. So let's take a look at a couple of these pictures of Jason.
In the morning, in the evening too, I will write a song for you.
So that's interesting. Now, was these pictures taken outside of the monastery or such?
Well, one of them was during the profession service, where I had my robe put on me, and the other one was a friend in North Carolina took some publicity photos. They were in a public park.
Well, you also have a page on Facebook where you have a blog and you do such things as that. Could you tell them the name of that and tell them how to find that?
Yeah, it's just exterminator.com. ECKSERMONATOR.com. Maybe you can have your technical department put it on the screen for them.
We'll do that.
And that's just my blog that was initially, well, I guess it still is. It basically, since I'm no longer in full-time ministry, it was an outlet as a way to still share a message or whatever that, because I don't have a pulpit, I can't share. And so the blog was the primary reason for it. It was just a way to get things out or whatever that I wanted to share and lacked the appropriate place to, so and the tag for the blog is Evolve Your Thinking, because so often we get stuck in how somebody says it has to be or whatever, and we don't really dig for the answers ourselves, or we're too scared to really find out what something is. And so the challenge to evolve your thinking is to just don't take what your grandma's Sunday school or whatever, or your pastor says, but read it yourself and make sure that be courageous enough to read it yourself, and if need be, to change your thinking on this stuff. And it's on Facebook too, facebook.com/exterminator. And there I just post the links to the most recent post, and occasionally share posts from other sites that are interesting. But Exterminator also has a monthly guest blog, because we've partnered with this other organization, and so once a month we do leadership posts on it and such as well. So that's pretty much what it is. It's an outlet and a place to challenge people to
evolve their thinking.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And anyone can go there and visit this page, right?
Yeah.
And you can leave comments. You can read his past blogs and leave comments. Get in touch with him. Discuss things. If you have a question, ask him. He will answer you back. Am I correct?
Yeah. The blogs, I got 2 years old now. Unfortunately, I've slowed down my blogging to what I used to. I used to blog between 8 and 12 times a month, and just a bunch of stuff, life in general, slowed it down from being that many. But I still do post new things regularly enough that it's not outdated or anything like that.
And on top of what he has going here with these blogs, he also has a full-time job. He has a family, and so he has lots of other things going on. And on top of that, he gives us time to be part of our films. And he has our last film. He also helped with some of the ideas and some of the what we call a secret scene, which he helped us do. We kept that away from the rest of the cast until it was a surprise to them also. And in the future, as far as our filming goes, Jace is going to share our 7th movie, which is as of yet is untitled. He's going to share part of the credit for helping to write that, and I'm looking forward to us getting the script out. He's already given me some ideas. Of course, lots of my cast and crew has given me ideas, but he's going to actually help me put together some things, which he already has, and so you'll see that once we get that film out.
That's the one where I'll have a unique role in that one that will be unlike any role I've done before.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you'll be quite surprised
if the plans come together.
Of course, that's not for a ways down the road, because like I said, we are filming our 6th film right now, Retribution. And Jace, do you have any kind of message you would like to give the audience about, whether it be acting or about religious side of your life, or even your family side of your life? Is there any advice or anything you would like to say out there to anyone?
I guess just that everybody has a birth date and a death date, and in between it's a little dash, and what are you going to do in that dash? make a difference, because the dash really isn't that long. So whether that's spiritually or just your life in general, utilize that dash to the maximum.
Evolve your thinking, enjoy life, and support local talent, because there's lots of people out there that with just a little bit of encouragement could step forward, whether it be writing or preaching a sermon or becoming a youth pastor. Any of those, they have talents that they just need encouraged to do. So that's this month's wrap. Next month we'll be bringing you part 2 of the Drogo segment, and July, this is July, and we'll have August, and then September wraps up our season 1. So stay tuned and watch all of them, and if you haven't seen our first 5 interviews, go back to YouTube and check them out. This is Ed Hess for BackCreekDaddy Productions. Jace, it's been a privilege.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Hopefully in season 2, maybe we'll have you back again for some other things. Check out our Facebook page. There's lots of pictures of Jace as the character Leonard McBee. There's also some film clips, and you know, you'll get a nice chuckle out of it. And go to his site, check it out, read some of his stuff. It's very good, and it will evolve your thinking. Thanks a lot, everybody. Alrighty.
Try